and gentlemen, the next Blue Stool Lecture, the 20th in the series, Laurie Quinn.
In the study of poetry, we speak of white space on the page. White space is where the words are not. White space is where there is no evidence of the work done. There is no mark of inspiration. It's where the paper opens up into margins and breaks and stanzas, and meaning lives there. The white space in poems signals a different meaning than the words. And it's meaning from an ancient time, a time when meaning was made in community through recitation. After printing, we learned how to make choices with where the words go and where the spaces go. In poems, the words do their part. They wave at us. They invite us to symbolic meaning making. They shout, "Look at me!" But the white space quietly does its work. And we find ourselves, as we read, effortlessly enacting the miracle of literate learning. We answer those waving words with our eyes and sometimes with our voices. Font and symbol and attempted meaning, the connection between the writer and the reader. And in learning to read poetry, we slow down. We slow down. We learn again to see in words what children do in their drawings and early letter making. Growing up means recognizing proportion and perspective. And knowing what goes where. A letter here, now you've made a word, now skip a space, now a new page. This is how we understand common meanings in written language. The child's eye sees words as clumps of characters on a page. And so those little beginning writings that look like ransom notes, the ones that start big and end small, those charming little ransom notes are children learning about where the words go in white space and what the meaning is of the word and what the meaning is of the space. They curve across the paper like a skywriting plane. And so in reading poetry, in rediscovering the shapes of language by equalizing white space and words, equalizing white space and words. Again, we find our child's eye, and we can wake up that part of our processing brain that goes to sleep when we begin to understand how the written word makes meaning. But never mind about the words for this moment today. I'm going to leave the words behind. And we're going to ask, I invite you to ask, what is the white space doing? What if we jumped into the white space with both feet and kept our eyes open? Think with me about the musician John Cage, whose compositions include a work that consists of silence. So this genius musician, who's made music with all kinds of instruments, made all kinds of noise, sometime in the early 50s, decides to compose a work that is made of silence. Imagine yourself at this concert in 1952. You sit, you wait to experience the composer's effort. And the pianist walks out on stage and sits down and opens the lid of the keyboard and waits. 4 minutes plus go by. And all that happens is that keyboard is lifted again twice and put back down. It's a concept that still makes us squirm today. Is it no music or is it all music? John Cage's genius gesture makes us hear what happens when our own accumulated expectations come up short. Let me vault now from that concert in 1952 to mid-1990s, to Alanis choking down her jagged little pill and asking her audience, "Why are you so afraid of silence?" Then she actually tries it. In the middle of the noisy space of popular music, that expensive, noisy space, she stops for a second, makes us live it. The song goes quiet for a blip or two, it's dead air. Audio white space. And in just those few seconds, she shows us that it takes a lot of guts to shut up sometimes. Let's try it ourselves. Here's some white space for us to practice in. It's hard, right? Here's the thing, white space is personal. You are in it with yourself and no one else. You do not get friended or linked into anyone in white space. The texts stop coming, the phone does not ring. And I say what happens there depends on you, on who you are and what colors you might see in there. Maybe your space isn't even white. Maybe your page is black and your letters are white. Maybe your letters are lavender. Maybe your page is green. Maybe it's not letters or even words that helps you see the shapes and meanings of things. Look at white space fearlessly, as open wide to what we each can make from that openness. When all the colors are combined, white light is what the human eye sees. It's not colorless, it's not absence. It's like the ocean or the sky or the desert, not at all empty, but in fact so full that we miss the molecular cacophony in the seeming sameness. If you can learn to shower white space with as much attention as words and sounds, if you can see it as at least equal to the words that shout for your favorite and beg for your gaze, you will find possibility. Emily Dickinson wrote, "I dwell in possibility." These 4 words together are the genius beginning 4 words of a 12-line genius little poem packed with power and possibility. But in between the lines, Emily keeps dashing. And the dashes always say to me, "Look, Laurie, white space." In between the words and the lines, here's white space again. The dashes are like arrows whose tips have broken off. They point, I believe, to Dickinson's secret map of white spaces where possibility really dwells. Contrast and absence can teach us, can show us all the colors hidden in what we learn not to see. What's in the white space is hiding in plain sight. Name it or leave it unspoken. Its blank fullness can be every bit as strong as our best words.